Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Kingdom Come Deliverance Let's Play. So, at the end of last episode, we kind of ran out of time in the middle of a quest. We were supposed to go meet up with a veteran guard to kind of, show us the ropes and take care of our guard duty, but we didn't have time. So what I did is I went ahead and I ran back to, or I walked very slowly, back to the mill, where I fenced a bunch of goods and made a bunch of money, and unloaded whatever I couldn't sell into the chest, and then went ahead and slept. I've come back, and right now we're talking to Captain Bernard fairly early in the morning before we are able to start that next quest. So I figured I would take you guys through some of the more advanced combat training before we get into that. And so that's where we're going to start. The first thing I'm going to do is talk to him about training, particularly defense and sword skills.
Can you teach me how to defend myself better in combat?
Certainly.
And you can see I've got some guard gear on, kind of.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Now, I have enough money at this point where I don't really need to haggle, so I'm just going to pay.
Now, pay close attention.
And that will give us a level up in defense, as well as, I believe, I'm not 100% sure on how these abilities really work, but at least in terms of
Improve my swordsmanship.
Certainly.
the lockpicking, it seems like as you learn these more advanced techniques, more and more locks become open to you, and it's not necessarily just leveling up your skills, but also getting this training as well. But in terms of combat, I'm not entirely sure how it affects it, but it certainly does give you free levels.
Like
So
to
in
practice the basics.
that way, it is still
All
worth
right,
it.
but it'll cost you.
So we'll go ahead and pay the 60 here,
Pay close attention.
and that'll level up both our sword skill and our warfare. So now we're going to talk to him about combos, and after that we'll do master strikes. Then we'll get back to the main quest. So at any point you can talk to him about training with a practice weapon, and that is a great idea. You should do it whenever you can. But right now we're going to learn some more advanced combat stuff. So let's start with combos.
You want to really hurt your opponent. It's no use just flailing at him and hoping you get lucky. You need technique, but using skilled moves is no easy matter. There's no miraculous strikes you can learn that will ensure you win every duel. You've got to work those techniques into your combat. Force your opponent into a position you want him in, and then attack unexpectedly.
Alright, so apparently I need... Wow, okay. He's not giving me any warning here.
Strike from above, then from the right, then slash. The strikes have to follow quickly, one after the other. As soon as one lands, you start the next. You have to keep exactly to the sequence, otherwise it won't come off. Slash from above, slash from the right, slash from below. Go!
Alright, so the move he's talking about is called False Edge, and I'll see if I can pull it off here. So the combination looks like that,
Try it once more.
where you go from above, up from the right, and then down to the left.
Try it once more.
And basically what's happening is on that last strike, he's feinting a swing from below, but actually attacking from above. And so it is pretty good in attacking people with bad or no helmet. So let's try this again. Above, right, and... Oh, wrong angle. Wrong angle. So, oh, come on. The mod I have that allows me to switch targeting easier is making it kind of difficult to lock onto one person. So as he circle strafes me, it's really difficult for me to do a above strike. Could you hold still, you bastard? It didn't work. Okay, one more time. Let's try it.
Good.
There we go.
All right. You can learn lots of similar techniques with every weapon. Train and practice.
Okay, so that's how combos work. Last episode we learned a combo called Wrath Strike, and I'll try to pull that off at some point today if we have the opportunity. So let's go ahead and talk to him again about Master Strikes. Alright, so you can learn these with any weapon type that you prefer. I recommend, if you have the time, to learn all three if you ever end up using any of the three weapon types. But for now, we're only going to be using longswords, so let's just do that.
I've trained a bit with a sword, and I think I've got the hang of the basics. Can you teach me something new?
You're a bit cocky, ain't you? All right then, come and show me what you can do.
I'm ready.
Stand there, take your weapon, and fight. If you look like you know what you're doing, I'll teach you a trick or two.
Alright, so this is an open duel. He's going to come at you pretty hard here, so do what you can. That apparently went right through him. I'm going to try to pull off... Ooh, got that at the last second there. I'm going to try to pull off my combo. I'll see if it works. Got him, okay. So that's the combo we learned in the last episode. I couldn't quite get him there. It came in at the wrong angle, that's why. Ooh, he got me good. Alright, let's... Nope, not gonna happen. Got him again. Alright, let's see. I know a few other combos, but I don't have them unlocked yet, so I don't think it'll let me actually use them. But what I do is when I unlock a combo, I write it down and put it on a piece of paper in front of me so I remember to use it. Because it can be difficult to remember all of them. There's quite a few. No? Okay. I wonder if I can still do False Edge. That's the one he just taught me. Ooh, got him right on the head. Let's try this. Up, right, and no, I can't. So I have to learn that one through a perk as well. Come on. What are you waiting for? Alright, let's try that Wrath Strike again. So left, under, and right in the chest. Now imagine if he was only wearing a gambeson, that would probably be pretty effective, but since he's wearing full plate and this is a wooden sword, I doubt it even tickled him. I wish I had more combos to show you guys, but unfortunately we're such a low level right now. Ooh, he almost got me. Good thing I backed away. I find that after you finish any sort of attack attempt that you make, backpedaling immediately is pretty much always a good move. Sometimes you'll get lucky, and even if they strike, your guy will turn it into a backward dodge.
Teach you the most important thing. It's good to be able to attack. It's good to be able to fend off your opponent's blows. But the best is when you're able to do both at once. Master stroke is when you parry your opponent's blow and strike him at the same time.
Alright, so he wants me to swing at him. And he's gonna make a fool of me.
See? I parry and strike in one move. There's no defense against this technique if it's executed well. The thing is to time it right. Block right into your opponent's strike and match your movement to his. One elegant technique and the fight is won. Try it. I'll attack slowly. You parry.
So the trick with these is to do it very early. With the perfect blocks, you're waiting for that green shield to show up. For this one, you need to go even before that. So basically, as he's initiating the strike. Alright, and there's 2 level ups. And apparently he's got a quest as well, so we'll look at that as a second. But let's take these level ups first. So we're at Warfare 4 and Sword Skill 5, which means we should go back to talk to him to get some more sword training. Let's see, so we have Bloodletter, which increases the chance of drawing an opponent's blood, or Rusty Edge, which increases the chance of poisoning an opponent if your weapon is damaged. I like Bloodletter. Causing opponents to bleed is very, very useful in longer battles of attrition, where your opponent might bleed out before he gives up fighting. Or if your opponent decides to flee and run, he may end up bleeding out as he tries to escape, and then you can still find him and loot him. So overall, I find this to be a pretty useful ability. Not that the other one's not, I just find this to be more useful. And then, let's see, our swords leveled up as well. We have 3 options now. This one is for weapon types that we're not using. This one is the same, so our only option is Scar Maker. And this is one I like quite a bit. I will try to demonstrate this one for you guys in just a second. So let's go ahead and take that, and let's go back and talk to him. First, we'll ask him about whatever quest he's got, and then we'll do a little bit more practice fighting with wooden weapons. Okay, so any work going on here?
Any chance of some work here, Captain?
It all depends on what you're ready to do, my lad. As I'm sure you've noticed, the roads around here are swarming with brigands. Sir Hanush has declared quite a reward for dealing with them.
So what do you think I should do about them?
We know about one of their encampments. It's to the east of Ratai in an abandoned mine. I don't really mind how you deal with them. Anyway, the leaders generally wear spurs, maybe like they're pretending they're nobility. Who cares? In any case, bring me the spurs, and I'll take it as proof that the deed's done.
Very well. I'll see to it.
Wait. In addition, Sir Hanush has offered a reward for every bandit who's killed. So take a good sharp dagger. You'll get a bit extra for each ear you bring.
Alright, so it's worth mentioning here, and I'll mention this a few times just to remind you guys. Collect every bandit ear and cumin ear that you can find, but do not ever turn them in to Bernard, or once you've completed all of Bernard's missions, he'll send you to Captain Robard. Do not ever turn in any ears to either of them. After you complete all of the bandit quests for Bernard, he'll send you to Talmberg and do the same thing with Robard. Robard will send you to Sasau, where you deal with Sir Sebastian, who you guys haven't met yet. And Sir Sebastian will pay you 625 groschen per ear that you turn in, whereas Bernard and Robard will only pay you 25 for each. So hold on to all of them until you meet with Sir Sebastian and turn them all in there, because you will make infinitely more money if you do it that way.
Isn't that a bit barbaric?
Barbaric ways, or barbaric times, my boy.
That does make sense, I must admit.
Okay, so we get a game save there. Now we're going to go ahead and talk to him once more and do a little bit more training. And I'll try to show off that new combo for you guys. I like this one quite a bit. I think I already said that. So we'll do training,
I'd like
swords,
to improve my sword.
Certainly.
and we're going to have to pay him a little bit more for the slightly advanced
I'm
techniques.
interested in more advanced techniques.
All right, but it'll cost you.
And this one runs as 180. I will haggle this one down.
Isn't that quite a lot?
Let's see if we can get him to... I'll start with 145.
Is this enough?
You won't convince me with that.
And I think we can get 160, so it'll save us 20 groschen.
Agreed. Now listen up.
All right. Now, finally, what we came here to do, and that is training combat with practice weapons. Now, you can train with real weapons, but I don't recommend it because it will damage your equipment. The practice weapons will as well, but not nearly to the same degree as the real weapons. Obviously, the wooden swords aren't going to completely destroy your chainmail like a real weapon would.
I'd like to train a bit, just lightly, with practice weapons.
Right. Let's get to it. What weapon would you like to try? Got a bastard sword, a short sword?
Okay, so you can choose any type of weapon you want here. It says halberd, but it's literally just a long wooden stick. So it's pretty much any polearm. But we're going to go bastard swords.
Still don't feel entirely competent with the bastard sword. I'd like to try that.
Right, lad. Grab your piece. We'll get stuck in.
All right, here we go. Oh, he's coming right at me. Man, at least give me a warning. Didn't know we were starting. Alright, so let's try to counter with... Oh, he's not going to let that happen. Ooh, got out of the way just in time there. Yeah. He really brings it in these, so it's going to be a lot harder than you're probably used to. But it's great practice for later on because he is one of the better swordsmen that you'll ever face. So it's pretty difficult to land hits on him, but when you do, it's satisfying. Let's see if I can get him here. Nope. I mean, I landed 2 hits, but I didn't get the combo off. Come on. What are you going to do? Fine. I'll go first. Nope. He got me. Come on, man. He counters like everything. I'm surprised he hasn't got me with more ripostes. One. Nope, he got me again. Ah, I couldn't even counter that time. Or perfect block. One, two, and yeah, he already... I can't get the second hit of the combo off on him.
You asked for it.
Nope. Alright, at least I was able to block his counter. Maybe I should try the Wrath Strike or something instead. I went to the wrong angle. Ooh, and he got me good that time. And again. Come on, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Damn. You slippery bastard. So, when the enemy tries to combo you, you need to do your best to mitigate it, like I did there. If he lands one strike on you, fine, but don't let them land an entire chain. Like he tried to do there. He got the first two, but I was able to block 3 and 4. And, oh, he's going to whack me now. Oh, I got him. I should have pressed that. I didn't think it would land, though. I was just kind of testing his defenses. Oh, and, oh, he didn't follow through on that. I'm surprised. Come on. Don't be poking that sword in my face. Nope. Got me again. Alright, so yeah, backpedaling just to avoid those strikes. I'm trying really hard to get a combo through. I should probably stop and just fight him straight up, but I really want to do that new combo. Because it's kind of like a funny taunt, in a way. A lot of the combos are, like, they're kind of interesting. He won't let me, grapple with him, apparently. Nope, nope, nope. Get out of there. Get out of there, Henry. Oh, nice. I got him with a riposte. He didn't like that, apparently. Yeah, I can't seem to get him. Even when I counter his strikes, he immediately counters the follow-up. Ah, wrong angle, wrong angle. Come on. Two and... Oh, got him. Nice. Finally got that through. But yeah, if they're not wearing a helmet, I've put people down in a single strike that way. By doing that move. Or, I guess not a single strike. I had to do the whole combo, but that combo right out of the gate was enough to put them down instantly. I'm going too slow. He's never gonna let that one hit him. Ooh, he got the whole combo off on me there.
You'll pay for that.
Ah, man. No matter what I do, he seems to always get me on the counterattack. But again, this is one of the better opponents you'll ever face, so even if you struggle against him, you may do pretty well against any other opponent. And you can see we've already gained a lot of levels in a variety of stats just from doing this. Oh. Caught me off guard there. One. Nope. That first strike was too slow. There's no way I was going to turn that into a combo. I'll try to do the Wrath Strike now, but we've already seen that one. I just want to do it once before we end this fight. Come on. Come on, then. Nope, nope, nope. What's it going to be? 1, 2, and... Nope. He got me on the last one. And, oh, wasn't having that. It's worth mentioning, doing, like, feints and stuff against him aren't going to work. He'll just knock them away like he does everything else. And I had the combo there, but he blocked the last one. The 3-strike combos aren't nearly as lethal as the 4-strike ones. So that's why he's been able to parry them so effectively, is because the 3-strike ones, oh, apparently you just decided not to block. The 3-strike ones can be countered at any step. The 4-strike ones have certain strikes that don't allow them to be countered. Ah, no. Okay, good. He only got one off on me there. Let's try for... I'll let him take one more swing at me and try to counter it with a combo, and then we'll call it a duel. Oh. Ah, okay. Well, let's end it. Okay, so we leveled up quite a bit there, actually. We gained a level up in defense as well as a perk. So if you're using shields, Firm Grip is an absolute must. This drains your opponent's stamina every time you block with your shield. That already happens, but this makes it more effective. But if you're not using shields like me, then you'll probably want to go with Weapon Cruncher. However, Weapon Cruncher is far more effective in conjunction with Clinch Master. So ideally you'd want both, because this gives you a higher chance of winning. This relies solely on you winning and damaging the opponent's weapon when you do. But for now I'll take it because there are enemies we can beat in a clinch. Obviously not Bernard, but lowly bandits and stuff we will be able to defeat. And I leveled up in pickpocketing as well. I don't remember when that happened, but let's go ahead and grab a perk. Since I don't use pickpocketing very often, Secret Pockets is definitely the best way to go. This one's kind of odd in that it says it increases your chances of pickpocketing someone with the same charisma level you have. Such people are usually dressed similarly. That seems kind of arbitrary to me. Like, how do I know if somebody has charisma 2? And I would like something that was a little bit more universal than only people of, you know, similar charisma. So Secret Pockets just basically adds, more money to any of the corpses that you end up looting. So that is always useful all the time. So even if you're not pickpocketing, that's a good one to have. And it's almost worth getting your pickpocketing to level 2 just to have that. Even if you never touch it again, just getting a few more groschen on every corpse you come across is a pretty nice little bonus. So it is still before 10 o'clock, which means we can do a few more things before we go to that quest, because the earliest we can take it is 11, and it's going to use up the rest of the day, so I would generally recommend taking it later and trying to make more use of your time. Me personally, if this was my private playthrough, I would probably duel him all day until I went to this quest, but I'm actually going to go visit Miller Peshek, and I've already turned in the last quest where we got the ring from the bathhouse. Or excuse me, no, where we got the deed from the bailiff. I've already turned that in. But he does have another quest for us, so we may as well go talk to him and get it. Because it may take us somewhere in Ratai where, you know, we might be able to do it before we head back there and call it a night. So, we'll go ahead and do that. I do want to get into the main quest here. I'm tired of lollygagging, so I'll cut here and come back once we're ready for that. Okay, so here's Peshek. Let's have a word with him.
Greeting.
And I actually don't remember. Did I level up my lockpicking?
I hear you're able to open.
Yeah. Let's get the slightly advanced techniques.
All right.
Sure.
Now.
Okay, so that puts us one closer to the next tier, and it also gives us a perk. Let's see. So we're at 6. What are our options? Repairman, Deft Grip, or Luck of the Drunk. So Deft Grip is by far the best one here, but I'll go through all 3. Repairman allows you to potentially return any broken lockpicks to your inventory. Now, if you don't break lockpicks, this does nothing for you. If you do, it can be kind of nice. But I don't find lockpicks to be particularly hard to come by. Once you have a little bit of money, they're fairly cheap. And if you're lockpicking a lot, you probably get fairly good at it and you don't break them. Luck of the Drunk makes it easier for you to open locks while drunk, but also make more noise. This is absolutely not worth it. I don't think you should ever take this perk, because the noisier you are, the more likely you are to get caught. And if you need lockpicking to be easier or something, just increase your skill in it. This is a terrible perk. Deft Grip, however, allows you to pick locks incredibly fast. So the starting position when lockpicking will be closer to the end of the lock, making it easier to open. So you don't need to turn it nearly as far, which means you're less likely to break your picks off because you don't need to hit that sweet spot for nearly as long. You can also do it much quicker, so if somebody's coming, you'll likely be done before they come in, whereas before you'd only be about halfway. And so I think this is probably the best perk in this entire skill tree. And for some reason it's fairly early, but definitely take it as soon as you can. And apparently 6 is the earliest. So lasting lockpicks and deft grip to me are the best 2 choices there. At least early on. Except for deft grip, which is one of the best ones overall. Okay, now quest. Alright, so we're looking for work.
I'm out of paid work.
I can help you there, but once you find out what I have in mind, you may want to reconsider.
I see. Am I to free the king from imprisonment, or steal Sir Divish's finest steed? Pray, do tell.
You know what? You're not that far off the mark. Sir Hanush has in his possession a certain beautifully illuminated volume. Not that he knows how to read, mind. He got it as a gift from someone. But it's not much use to him. I can think of a better use for it.
Don't tell me that you can read.
Ha! Never let it be said I'd waste my time on such trifles. But I do have a buyer ready. And as you can imagine, a book like that, decorated with pure gold, will cost him dear.
I trust your reward will be generous. Where will I find this book?
Have I ever let you down? Fear not, Hal. This time you'll be getting more than usual. Because of the extra risk. Stealing from your own liege lord. If they catch you, we've never met. Understood? You'll find the book right there in Hanush's chambers at the castle. It won't be easy to get in, but I'm confident you'll figure it out. Best of luck.
Okay, so they want us to steal a book from Sir Hanush, who can't read, interestingly. Again, we don't mind a little bit of theft so long it's from people with means. Someone like him obviously isn't going to miss that book at all. Or, you know, any small little trinket. But he did mention, you know, of course, stealing from your liege, carrying additional risk. But in the game, it doesn't matter who you steal from. If you get caught, the punishment's the same. They will take any stolen goods off of your person. I believe they'll take them off of your horse as well. And they will fine you roughly the amount of the stolen goods. So, even if you're stealing from the lord of the town, if it's only, you know, a $60 trinket, then they'll fine you $60, a 60 groschen trinket. They'll fine you 60 groschen and take all your stolen goods, but that's it. Alright, so we're back in Ratai, the actual city, and we've got a few things that we're going to take care of before we go do the main quest. First thing we're going to do is turn in the gold to the vagabond here, or the silver.
I'll be with you.
I've got your coin.
I'd like to see that bastard's face when he finds out it's gone. I'll give you some of the groschen back, like I promised. And I've got another job for you.
What's this other job then?
Everywhere you go here, you'll see wretches like me. Poor souls that don't have a pot to piss in and have to beg. Then take a look and Ratai at all the gentlefolk with their noses in the air. Looking out only for themselves, with not a moment's thought for the poor. Well, from one fine lady, you could get alms to feed the whole lot of us here.
Arms for everyone. That would be quite a purse. But I'll see what I can do.
That's the spirit. In return, I'll teach you something useful, and you'll get a share too, of course.
Perfect. So, robbing from the rich, giving to the needy. Exactly what we're here to do. So let's go back up this ladder. And I'm going to show you guys something sort of unique. In that there's only one of these in the game that you can get without killing somebody, as far as I'm aware. And so if you see this guard here, one of our old friends from Skalitz, this surcoat that he's wearing, this long one with Radzig's heraldry on it, and there's Radzig himself actually, there's only a handful of soldiers that wear these in the game, and the only way to get one is to either kill one of them, which I don't even think you can kill Janik. You can kill one of them, or you can go this way and I'll see you guys at the other castle. We're headed to the upper castle, where Hanish's book is as well, so we're going to do two things there. Okay, so we're in the upper castle, and this place is super dangerous. There are guards everywhere. Ooh, and apparently not too friendly to frame rates. But, there is, I think this is the kitchen here. We can't go in that way. Or maybe this is the kitchen. Oh, apparently they're both locked up tight. Let's try to go upstairs. Because we need to get in there, one way or another. And it's going to be hard to do it that way. That's also a very hard lock. So I don't know if I can open any of these. But eventually somebody will come out and we can follow them in. I'm obviously not going to pick a lock in front of all these guards. Let's see. Hanish, are you going in there? No? Let's see. Maybe this one. Ah, perfect. I believe this is trespassing, so we're going to have to move quickly. So this is where the other door went to. So I'm going to open this so that I don't need to pick it from the other side. But that's the stairs. That's where we just were. And we need to find a way downstairs now, which maybe we can find one this way. Ooh, that's a problem. You wouldn't happen to want to go to sleep right now, would you? Oh, that's private.
What are you doing here? Get lost, or you'll have me.
Yeah, I'll go. Alright, so the guard is asleep. We'll drop him right away. And does he have anything good on him? Not especially. I'm going to pick this before anybody comes to check on him. And that new perk should be very, very handy right here. There we go. Turn around. Nobody's here. Let's get through the door, and I'm going to jump through and close it. So if anybody comes in, they won't see me. Alright. So the book is in here somewhere. Maybe here? Let's see. No books. Some valuable clothing, but no books. Ah, that's a book. Ah, perfect. Didn't even need to lockpick anything for it. Although, obviously, we had to do some stuff to get in here. French altar candles. Those aren't worth very much. Oh. Okay. Hanish just walked in and then walked out. Oh, boy. I don't think I can pick this. No. Well, then I best leave, I guess. Nobody was in there. Apparently he woke this guy up, though. Alright, well, we'll be on our way. So I need to get downstairs. How am I going to get downstairs? I thought there would be a staircase in here somewhere, but apparently there isn't. You know, one would think... Do you just hang out at this big long table by yourself? That's kind of depressing. Right, well... I'm going to close this. And then pick this lock. Oh, never mind. You wouldn't happen to want to go in that door, would you? Oh, he's going for it. Oh, it's open. Somebody left it open. Excuse me. Don't you dare close it behind you. Oh, you bastard. Move. I will bludgeon you over the head if you don't move. Alright, so somebody left it open. This is the cook staff. I'm not sure why the door was locked, because this is not at all off limits. You can come down here. It's just a matter of getting through the door, apparently. But this is where they cook all the food and whatnot. And this is the guards' quarters. So that door isn't locked, but this is off limits. They'll just warn you to leave. They won't like arrest you or anything just for being here. But I believe it's this chest. Make sure you don't linger, because people will come investigate if they hear noise. We'll start with the hard lock, and it looks like the sweet spot is right there. Oh, somebody's definitely coming now that I broke a pick. Nobody's here. So we'll open that, and Long Scallet's Waffenrock. So there it is. There's also some other valuable stuff in here you may want to grab. But that is the location of the Long Scallet's Waffenrock, and that is the, again, the only one you can get without stealing it off of a guard. And there's only 2 guards in the game I'm aware of that have those. One of which is Janik, who we just saw earlier, and the other you will not come across until you advance the quest far enough for Radzig to go set up camp near... Hold on, let me get out of here and I'll try to remember what it's called. Oh, hi, pardon me. I'm trying to leave. There we go. I forget what it's called, but it's up here. I want to say Merhoyed. I think it's up near Merhoyed, but he sets up camp somewhere outside of a town, and one of the guards is wearing one, but either way, you're going to have to knock out a guard to steal it. Or you just go into that chest, and it's even easier if somebody leaves this door open for you, but chances of that are slim. So more than likely, you'll have to come in through the kitchen. That door is never locked inside, so you just go through, close yourself off in there, and steal it from the hard lock chest. So let's see, what did we get from that? I'll put my bassinet back on. We got a heavy gambeson. Is that better than what I'm currently wearing? It is. In every way, in fact. It's more armor for less weight. It's also in much better shape. I think it is more noisy and conspicuous, though. Oh, yeah, definitely. So we'll keep this for, like, sneaking around, but this is a better gambeson to wear while we're fighting and whatnot. We also got a decorated kettle hat that looks kind of dumb. Here's the Waffenrock itself. I call it a surcoat. You can call it what you like, but there it is. I like to keep it. Sometimes whenever I'm doing the later missions in battles where I'm, you know, leading Sir Radzig's men, I'll wear this just to roleplay. Let's see, we got a Noble's Mail collar, and that's pretty good. It's better than this one, certainly, so I'll probably sell that and keep this one around. We also got an extra pair of Noble's shoes. This one is not nearly as damaged as that one is, so I might switch to those instead. Ooh, that is ugly. Actually, the color's better in real time than it is in the icon there. We also got a Sicilian dyed gambeson, which is, I think, essentially the same as this, but this one is great for sneaking, whereas this one's probably, yeah, very conspicuous and visible. We also got these, like little plate elbow braces. I prefer the van braces, to be honest. They just look cooler to me, and they're better armor, although they are a little bit heavier. Let's see. I think the van braces are noisier as well, which is interesting. You'd think these would be noisy as all hell, because they've got metal joints on them. But apparently not. So, you know, take your pick. Also, this is better than the one I'm currently wearing. It covers his face a bit, though. I'll think about it. I can't exactly get rid of it right now anyways. Here's our friend that decided to mess with us. Or, more specifically, he decided to mess with the Skalitz refugees, and now he gets to go on guard duty naked. Or, medieval equivalent of, like, naked. That's what they call underwear. A pair of, like, knee-length shorts and a shirt. Alright, so we're at the church. Our friend Nightingale's hanging out right here against this cart, so let's have a word with him, and then we can go on our first guard duty.
Here I am. My name is Henry. We're supposed to go on patrol together?
I see you're kitted out.
Ready to get going.
I'm Nightingale. Aren't you that lad the mill wench brought here on a cart?
Teresa. Yes, she rescued me. She turned up with Captain Robard and his knights.
All honor to the girl. She has bigger balls than most men. Tell me, how did you pay her back?
Well, I thanked her.
That's not much, is it? You should go and see her when you get a chance. So, how did you end up in the service of the bailiff?
I wanted to enter the service of Sir Radzig, but he sent me here to learn.
And learn you will. You're lucky, lad. Sir Radzig must like you. Most lords would have just sent you on your way.
Come with me, Henry. We'll patrol the town and then check on the taverns to make sure they lock up in the evening.
I'm ready.
Don't forget, I'm supposed to try you out and, with the help of God, teach you something. So I expect you to deal with any misconduct yourself. I'll make sure you don't do anything too stupid. Let's go. This is our church, St. Matthew's.
Alright, so this part of the quest is your typical follow an NPC who can't seem to walk at the same rate as you. So, I'll spare you guys the little tour, and I'll come back when we get to interact with something.
What are you two screeching about? Stop making such a ruckus.
About time you turned up. This filthy beggar thinks.
My name is Jane.
No one cares what your name is. This filthy beggar thinks she can come and stink in front of my shop. I want you to get rid of her.
What's the problem here?
This is my shop, and I won't have beggars sitting on my doorstep. Let her go and squat in a square. She won't be in anyone's way there, and there's plenty of folk to beg from.
Must you sit here, of all places?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Folk drive me away wherever I sit. I can't keep walking all day and night.
Alright, so you got a couple of options here. You can try to persuade him into letting her stay. It doesn't work particularly well. You can kick her out, which goes over well with him, but not so well with her. You can leave them to their own, devices. Or you can call on the armorer. They call him an armorer, but he's actually running the sword shop. You can ask him if he calls himself a Christian, which is probably the best way to resolve this.
Can't you show us some Christian charity, armorer?
What? Have you any idea how much I've given away in alms, even to this witch only yesterday?
Is that true?
Might be, might not.
Did you get any arms or not?
Yes.
From the armorer here?
I don't know. And even if I did, that was yesterday, and my belly's empty again today.
That's true.
What would you know about it?
So she's kind of being a shit about this. I mean, the fact that she wouldn't even admit that she already received money from him just the day before. So I think the best situation is to suggest that we'll both contribute. That way he's not out coin on his own. I don't know. I feel like that's the best solution, but you can do whatever you think your character would do in this situation.
We're both good
There's really no wrong answer.
We should each give something to the poor soul.
And what then?
Then Jane will be on her way. Immediately.
Compromise.
King Solomon now, are you, lad? Fine. Fine, have it your way.
God bless you, and you too, citizen. I won't be a nuisance no more, really. Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus, you're as bad as each other.
Alright, situation resolved. And no bloodshed. And I didn't have to bludgeon anyone either.
Comfortable, are we? Arms, please, sir. Who do you take me for? Are you stupid or just insolent? Oh, what's the matter? Stupid, then. There's no begging allowed here, so pick up your stinking arse and haul it somewhere else. Who am I bothering here? Me. Us. Everyone. If Sir Hanu saw you here, he'd take a whip to you. All right, I'm going. Damn beggars. You offer them a helping hand, and they want the whole arm. It's not like the rules aren't clear. Beggars belong at the church. God be with you, Benesh. How goes it?
Well enough, Nightingale. It's quiet today.
Good. Where's Moimir, anyway? Isn't he supposed to be here with you?
Ah, yes. He hasn't turned up yet.
Oh, I see.
Please.
Now where might he have got to, then?
I don't know.
You don't know, eh? Let me tell you something. When the bailiff finds out Moimir's slacking off, he'll be in serious shit. And being a friend of his, you wouldn't want that, would you?
No.
So it's better if I deal with it and we leave the bailiff out of it, right?
Yes, I suppose so.
So where is he?
At the tavern. He was thirsty, so he...
Went for an ale. We know how that goes. Come on, Henry. Let's go and find that idler, and you'd better talk some sense into him.
So when he says, and you'd better talk some sense into him, he's pointing at this guy. A lot of people seem to make the mistake that, they think you're supposed to go and talk to this guy, even though Nightingale ends up doing all the work.
What the fuck are you doing here when you're supposed to be on the gate? Move your carcass and don't guard the gate. Not a word. Get moving. You're lucky it was me found out, not the bailiff, or God forbid, Captain Bernard. Out! Come and sit with me, Henry. Let's have a drink. That fool got me all worked up.
Shouldn't we be on patrol instead of drinking?
You're eager, aren't you? Don't worry, even watchmen are entitled to a break. Except the ones on the gate and the tower, of course. But that's enough about that. Let's not let it spoil our day. Listen, since we're sitting here anyway, how about a little game?
Why not?
Take it away, for me.
Alright, so we're playing dice. I'll walk you guys through it really quickly. Essentially, the way dice works here is there are certain types of scoring dice, 1 and 5 being the main two. And then any other number you can only hold if you have a 3 of a kind. So in this case, the 1 by itself is a scoring dice, and the 3 6s are also scoring dice. And this is actually a pretty good turn here. Now we have the option of scoring and rolling again, in which case we'll only roll the dice that we didn't hold, these two, or we can score and pass and just take the score we've got. Now, with only 2 dice left, the chances of us getting a 1 or a 5 or a 3 of a kind is pretty slim. Normally your chances of a 1 in 5 would be 1 in 3 rolls. We only have 2 dice here, so those are not very good odds. We're going to want to score and pass. Oh, wow. That's a lot of 4s.
No point in pushing it.
Alright, so what did we get here? We got two 1s, a 5, and 2 3s. Now, the only scoring dice here are the 5 and the 2 1s. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the 2 1s for 200 points, but I'm going to go ahead and roll again because I have 4 dice left. The chances of me getting a 1 or a 5 are a little bit better than if I only had 2 dice, and there is still a possibility of me getting a 3 of a kind, although it's fairly slim. And it looks like we did at least get a 1. That doesn't count toward the other 2, so we can't like retroactively call it a 3 of a kind. And I think I'm going to roll one more time. You know what? No, I'm going to take this. Although statistically, with 3 dice, you should get at least 1 1 or 1 5. But obviously, statistics aren't reality, so I'm just going to play conservatively. Those are some pretty sweet gauntlets he's got there. So he's going to hold the 1 and roll again, maximizing his chances of getting a better score. 5s are pretty much useless unless they're the only scoring dice you have, because they can keep your turn going. But otherwise, they're not very useful unless you have 3 of them. He's really pushing his luck here. And, oh, wow. Okay. Apparently, he had plenty of luck to push. So how did we do? We have 2 1s and 2 5s. So if we were to just take all the scoring dice here, we wouldn't get a whole lot of points. This would be 300, which is not very good for a single turn. So I'm going to hold the 1s and roll again. We'll ignore the 5s. And we got another 1 and 2 more 5s. So we can call this 400 points, which isn't terrible. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. Ideally, we would have liked to do a little bit better, though. And let's see. We're about even score-wise. And he's going to win it right there. Wow. 2,100 point turn. Give me a break.
Just one more thing and we're done for the night. Ringing the end of the day and closing the taverns.
Isn't it still a bit early?
I don't know how it was in Scarlet's, but here in Rattay we close up at this hour. Except, of course, during fairs and big festivals. Then we don't close at all.
I see. Should I go and ring the bell?
If you wouldn't mind, the bell is hanging outside the Rat House. Ring 3 times, then go to the Trader's Tavern by the Market Square and make sure the innkeeper closes up.
I'll do that.
Before I forget, it's forbidden to walk in Rattay at night without a torch. Here, take this one.
Alright, so let's go do that. He gave me another torch. I already have one, so we'll probably drop one, but... oops, that's the wrong way. So let's hustle down there, ring the bell, and we'll finish this quest off. Alright, so that's done. Now we just need to hustle back to the nearest tavern, and we'll get a cutscene.
And the canon of St. Wenceslas in Olomouc was so drunk, he dragged the pig to the market square, saddled it up, and rode it out of the town gate. No, we can see that this wasn't going to end well. So, Sir Peter and I rode off to look for the good canon on his pig.
Did you find him?
We tracked the filthy beast down to a sty beyond Cronow. I mean, the beast with a tonsure on its head. We never found the real pig, but the Reverend was sound asleep in the pigsty.
Birds of a feather stick together. It seems the same goes for pigs and prelates. I toast, gentlemen, to pigs and prelates.
God save their bacon.
Sir Hans, forgive my intrusion, but I need...
Oh, but what? You want to join us? Want to buy us around? I'm afraid we don't drink with peasants. You're not in your village now, boy.
No, sir. Curfew's been rung. The alehouse is closing.
Nothing closes while I'm sitting here. If that's all, you're dismissed.
Are you out of your mind, lad? You can't cross his lordship. He's got a temper like a bear with gut ache. If I was you, I'd get lost before he shows it.
The bailiff instructed me to close the tavern at the proper hour. He doesn't want anyone disturbing the peace after curfew.
The bailiff? The bailiff can kiss my arse. I trust you haven't forgotten who's the rightful lord of Rattay.
No, it's Sir Hannes.
Oh, is he here? What, is he hiding under the table, maybe? No! Then what he wants isn't worth a fart in a bathhouse. And besides, he's only in charge till I grow up.
Which clearly hasn't happened yet.
Enough! You can't talk to me like that. I'm a nobleman.
Come now, sirs. You're not going to fight here, are you?
We most definitely are. This yokel needs to be taught his place.
Alright, a good old fist fight. Now I'm at a bit of a disadvantage because I'm encumbered, but I don't think it'll mean too much. It just means I'm a little bit more sluggish with my swings. But I think we'll be fine. Just keep those jabs coming. We'll lay into him. He is drunk, so his swings aren't particularly accurate.
Crucifix! What in the name of Christ is happening here? Well, answer me, damn you!
This peasant insulted me. I had to teach him a lesson.
By rolling around in the mud like a hog? That's a fine example of noble conduct.
Sir Hannes, the bailiff ordered me
Silence! You shut your mouth and thank your lucky stars that you are Radzig's ward. Have you gone out of your mind? Raising your hand to a nobleman? And you, Hans, how many times have I told you that drinking with your subjects might be good for their morale, but it's bad for your honor? You spend all your days drinking and chasing wenches, which wouldn't matter if you paid any attention at all to your duties. And now we see what that leads to. Tomorrow, you will go with me to a hearing. Some landowners have asked me to settle a dispute. It'll be an excellent lesson for you.
I had planned to go hunting, but if you think listening to the pointless gripes of a bunch of old fools will benefit me, so be it.
Ooh, hunting? Well then, Your Grace, I'll tell you what. You can go hunting.
Really?
Naturally. Who am I to deprive the young Lord Capon of his sport? And you can take Henry here as your page.
Him? Absolutely not.
You'll do as I've commanded. It's time you learned how to lead people, and not just in drinking and brawling. Now get out of my sight.
Sir, I have responsibilities of the bailiff.
Not anymore. Your responsibilities now are the Lord Capon. It's time you learned how to behave in the presence of nobility. Let's go. Tell the kitchen I'm hungry. It's been a long journey.
Alright, so with that quest complete, the game's going to save, and we're going to go ahead and call it a day here. We'll pick back up at dawn with our little hunting trip. I'm going to probably unload a bit more gear because I am very much encumbered. And we'll travel a bit lighter because I don't need all this ridiculous guard gear on while we're going hunting. So I will see you guys bright and early for the next episode. As always, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Kingdom Come Deliverance with you. And I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.
Thank you.